Hello, Cancer. Thank you for joining me here, Cancer. Hope you had a nice last month. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and coming back. And if you're new to this channel, this is like we do like a monthly in-depth reading, and here we figure out what is the situation, where's the what the situation and major energy that you are dealing with. And I also try to give you a different perspective to look at it so that you can pull yourself out of this situation. And I try to do my best, and if this is something that you vibe with, then this is the place for you. Okay, it's gonna be a long in-depth reading, so just to give you a heads up. All right. Okay, without any further delay, my friends, let's get into this. Let's get a major arcana for you for this month. What are the major energy that you will be dealing with? Hermit. Lot of self-reflection, taking time out, figuring things out, getting a higher perspective, looking it from above, getting a overall like a bird eye view of a situation. Oh, why I'm still suffering. That's like overall energy, Hermit. We're gonna get more as we so definitely it's like a something is bothering you, something did not pan out the way you wanted it to be. Not like a controlling way, but you have a certain kind of expectation how this relationship or how this whatever situation you are dealing with gonna go in a certain way. It did not go in a certain way, and it really took a toll on you, and you tried to control it externally, tried to avoid it, but now you are going within to figure out what is the root cause of it rather than avoiding and controlling it externally. Let's get animal spirit card. Let's see. Wow, shark in reverse. Yeah. Oh, 3 of them. Wow. We got eagle and horse. What did I say? Trying to see things from a higher perspective. Eagle is that. It's like a bird eye view. Oh my god, it's like a yeah, something really brought out a lot of shadow side of yours. Whatever situation you have been dealing with, it's kind of brings out a lot of shadow side that you thought that you already healed. You know, something that triggered you. Something triggers you. Even though you thought, okay, it's happened so many years ago, I healed over the years, but now it really surfacing. And you are like, what is happening? And that's why you kind of feel this need to go within to figure out, have a better, like a higher perspective, spiritual perspective. Because with this horse and eagle, because these two came together, I feel like you really want this self-freedom. You really want your intuition back. You really want that kind of freedom where you feel like that you have a better understanding of your own shadow sides. You thought that you do, but maybe this relationship or maybe this specific situation or maybe this group of people, I don't know for sure, it kind of it brings things up. It brings things up. It brings this, it take you to this kind of darker place that you are familiar with this darker place. With the shark rivers, I'm getting that you are familiar with this darker place. It brings all these things back that you thought that you already healed with, you already kind of make friendship with that party for life, accept it. You already felt that you accepted those terms and those behavior pattern or whatever you do in your life, but it turns out that you are not. So you feel like you need to go within and you need to reflect this more. You need some kind of need to have your own time. I don't take this reverse. Can you hear me? 8 to 28 breaking down to 1. Yeah, something you wanna hear this. See, it's a lot of watery. This is Virgo card, Hermit. This is like a earth energy. 2 earth, horse, 1 air for the spiritual higher level, clarity, and then 2 water, shark, and can you hear me? I feel like you really want to get in touch with your inner thing and not really get overwhelmed by your own shadow sides. And you want to delve deep, you want to reflect on things, you really want to know what is this, why this is coming up, and even if it is coming up, why it is bothering you. You thought that you already accepted those terms, but then why it is bothering you, why it is making you feel that you are not in your own element, why it will make you feel agitated on age. I feel like it could be some project related, it could be a group of people, and it could be very much in a relationship where the other person triggering you. That doesn't mean the other person is bad or other person is doing something bad to you. It's other person personality or the combination of your you two personalities brings something up on surface, the dark thing, shadow things that you feel that you already dealt with in past. Alright, let's shuffle this and then get into tarot. I don't know, this month, all the reading I have done is very healing. Very healing. This 2020 is bringing something healing energy. I don't know whether you have noticed it or not, but I can notice it. I can feel it collectively. I feel like there is a lot of healing energy is flowing through us. And I don't think it's about that person. It's about you, and you know that. It's something that you need to do with yourself. You need to figure out within yourself. It's not that, oh, they are not doing this, oh, they are this, they are saying that. It's not. You are not blaming anyone. You know that this is your very own situation and you need to deal with by yourself. You need to figure things out because that's the only way you can get this kind of freedom of owning yourself. Yeah, I heard that word, owning yourself. You are trying to get a higher perspective to that. You are trying to get a better clarity with the ego. And I think your inner emotion, inner self is calling you to really take a look. Can you hear me? It's like that kind of take a look. Look at me, I have something to say, hear me. And that's why you are getting into this hermit mode. Okay, I'm gonna hear you. In order to hear my own self, I need to go within. You are understanding that it's you already on this kind of understanding your situation very well. There is no blaming game here. Tower. Yeah, scorpionic energy. Another water. Another major arcana. Yes. This hermit, look at this, is directly looking down at the tower. You are realizing that there is certain things that need to pay attention to. Maybe you have surrounded yourself with a lot of unnecessary things, or surrounded yourself with a lot of like people who are just there for the sake of being there. They are not really helping, not contributing in your growth or in your understanding. They're just there. Maybe you do that because of the social pressure. Maybe you feel like more so-called friends you have, more powerful you are, more networking you need. You're doing a lot of stuff in your life which is not really helping you to be solid, to be in tune with yourself. And more you go within, you more realizing that what are those unnecessary things that's it to let go of. I don't think you come to terms with that yet, but you are looking at it, you are understanding that. You are with this eagle, you are understanding, you are getting that clarity. You haven't worked on, you haven't acted on this yet, but you are gaining that clarity. My god, major arcana after major arcana, hierophant and temperance. Cancer, you can see already this is gonna be a huge reading. This is gonna be you are doing a heavy lifting job, my friend. You are doing my heavy lifting job. I feel like the tower that needs to go away, it's something to do with I don't know, I usually do not get that feeling for Hierophant, but I'm getting have you lost faith in humanity? I mean, this is a big word, but I feel like in order to deal with the shadow side, you kind of make yourself believe that people are like that. I'm never gonna get I don't believe in this ultimate empathy for people. I don't believe it there's ultimate compassion or love can be the ultimate source of happiness. There is a lack of belief. I'm not saying religious or anything, but I feel like the trust in trust in people. But with eagle, you are kind of you're tempering that. You're realizing that there is maybe you have been hurt very badly in past. Maybe you don't realize that, man. Maybe deep down you kind of withdrew yourself from this business of compassion, true empathy. And you're realizing that very hard way now. Not gonna lie. King of Pentacles, right under horse. Lot of look at this, how powerful those cards are. You want to be free, but there is this you also think about your material stability, and somehow this material stability and freedom that you are seeking is kind of not aligning properly. So you are really, the horse is kind of stagnant right now, because this king is looking at this. I feel like that there is like this stability is high focus for you. I feel like I got similar kind of energy, not similar, but something to do with stability and kind of duality between stability and freedom. And it's in past like 2 months ago, something like that, I don't remember. Let's get a layer. Let me get a layer for King of Pentacles. Chariot in reverse. This is your card, Cancer. Another major arcana. Lot of major arcana I'm getting, like major arcana after major arcana. You feel certain kind of, you feel a bind with someone or some situation that you feel like that is not letting you be. You are figuring out what needs to go on, what you have that need to work on. But in order to really work on those, in order to really work on your belief, work on your empathy toward people, compassion, in order to really get into that emotional moisture, you realize that you need to free yourself in a certain way. But the moment you think about freeing yourself, you think about the stability that you have, and that really feel like, if I let go of this stability, I won't be going anywhere, because the Chariot in reverse, I will be stuck here forever. Because at least now you feel like, at least with this stability, even though you have all this, even though your darker side is coming on the surface, but you still feel like you have something to hold on to. You just don't know, if you let go of this stability, what would happen. And you feel like, if the moment you're gonna let go of this stability, it's not, you're gonna be stuck here forever. Is that true? That's another question. Is it true though? I don't think so. But this is what you are telling yourself. Let's get another card for Temperance. Sometimes we need to let go of certain things. Sometimes being lost is the only way to be found. If you understand what I'm saying, you will understand why this dilemma needs to be conquered. But you feel like you cannot do it. Temperance with Death, yes. You are tempering that, you are really coming to terms with this eagle higher perspective. I feel like this death is directly related to the Hierophant. This death of compassion. You are Cancer, you are the most sensitive amongst all of us. Sometimes, maybe I feel like through this reading, if you are connecting with this, your own sensitivity drained you out, burned you out in past, and you are like, and gradually you build this kind of defense mechanism of not really fully feel things. You feel things, but not really fully. But because the moment you fully invest yourself, you feel like all of your emotions just run so deep and run so wild, you feel like you are just burning yourself out. And with Temperance, you are realizing that belief needs to be resurrected. This is interesting that I use that word resurrected, because I almost never used any kind of biblical word. I don't know why that came in. Because it is a talking about belief, it is a talking about faith in humanity, faith in people, faith in love. This is something very spiritual about it. And you are realizing that a part of you let that compassion die in the process of dealing with your shadows. But when this situation, whatever situation you are in, you thought that you are done with the shadows, you are all matured, all elevated person. But the moment this situation, whatever situation you are in, all these things that you thought is bygone, is coming on the surface. and you are realizing that it has something to do with your basic fundamental faith in humanity, faith in goodness, faith in love, faith in support, faith in being there. Even though, don't take me wrong, you want to do that, that's your main focus. You want to be there, you want to be emotional, you want to be loved, you want to love others. But want to or actually doing, there's a two different, there's a two different actions. Let's get another card for Hierophant. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you see that? I really think that it has something to, you lost your stability so badly in past, like in past situation. After that you feel like all you have to do is build yourself up financially, build yourself up on the like materially. That doesn't mean that you're materialistic, that's not the same thing. And you're just too busy protecting your pentacles, you're missing out the whole forest. You're missing out the whole forest of humanity. Humanity is not, our life is not about just being financially sound, being a job, or having someone in the house to go back to. But what happens in that house when you go back? Is it peaceful? Is it make you feel you? Those are the other elements in the forest, but you are so focused on your stability that it's hard for you to really sense the other, even though you are very much aware that there is a whole forest behind this coin. But it's very hard for you to leave this position and go into the wilderness and really feel that, because you feel like the moment you're gonna go into the wilderness, somebody gonna take these pentacles. And that is the lack of belief in humanity, that is the lack of belief in people, that you feel like the moment you're gonna be a little bit of relaxed, people are gonna take things what you have. Let's get another card for Power. King of Swords. Yeah, with Hermit looking down on Tower and King of Swords, I feel like you realize that what needs to go away, let go of. And you need to be very brutally truthful to yourself. But you fear that the moment you're going to be brutally truthful to yourself, it's going to ask you to let go of certain control over stability. And you feel like the moment you're going to let go of this stability, you're going to be stuck here. But at the same time, you're working on this, bridging this gap between this, how this belief system died, and you are trying to make it alive with this ego, with a higher perspective, and with this desire to be free and to listen to your inner self. Because this darkness is coming on the surface very prominently for you, and it's really disturbing your day-to-day life, your mental paradigm. Let's get another layer for this. The major question is that what is stability? What defines stability? You are really working on to get out of this kind of bind that you are in and find the stability different way, but there is a constant fear that if you let go of this stability, you will be stuck for some reason. There is a lot of spiritual question that needs to come to you, and asking yourself. That's why you need to, go into Hermit. And it's not going to be comfortable. Hermit mode is not comfortable if you're not comfortable with yourself. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, then how can you be comfortable being alone with yourself? But you are going to do it. because you understand that this is something that you need to do it. You need to ask this question: what is stability? And what is more important in life? Yes, we all need coins. I'm not gonna put a rose tinted glasses, on me and just say no, we don't need money. We do need money. We do need stability. Money is a tool to give a sense of peace. When you have no money, or when you are already all the time worrying about money, you cannot grow, because your all the power, all the energy is going towards that. So we need certain stability, but how much do we need, and how much are we able to, are we ready to compromise to get that stability? That is something that you can only answer. Nobody can tell you. We all have our own definition. 9 of Wands in reverse. Yes, you are tired. You are tired to maintaining this stability, but you are also skeptical. You are ready. You are really ready to shred some burden. Not think about this stability all the time, but maybe you have a family, maybe you have dependent, and maybe you have people that you feel like that need your stable hands. You cannot just pull it away and go and run like a horse, because this stability thing came right under the horse. You want to have that. You want to have that freedom, because that's the only way you can heal from your shadow sides. You know that's the only way, because in order to heal from your shadow side, there is certain things you need to go. You need to grow your belief to people. In order to do that, you need to let go of certain kind of stability, and this stability and holding on to this stability is really burning you out, really bringing you down. You know that, but you still cannot really let go of. Let me get another card from Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you feel like you have done a lot. You have put a lot of effort, because all these pentacles and heavy workload. But you don't see, like it gives you, you feel okay. I have a house. I have somebody to come back to. I have this. I have that. But what about me? There is a certain sense of void. I cannot pinpoint. If you relating to that, you will understand what kind of void I'm talking here. You feel like you put all this effort. Yes, it's giving you some kind of stability, but at the end of the day, it feels like it's not giving you anything. Internally, it's not giving you anything. There is a certain sense of void. No matter what you do, this void kind of remains and lingers. Give me more on. I think I'm pretty clear with that. I'm gonna get an Ace of Pentacles. Two of them. I don't know how it came. Okay, this came like this. Strength and Six of Cups. Yeah, Six of Cups is this, that, like I said, what you lost, faith in people, this innocence, that faith in people's innocence, faith in people's goodness, faith in people's ability to love, faith in people not being cynical. I feel like over the period of time you have become very cynical, and you with the Ace of Pentacles, and here that you need that strength to get that thing back from the past. Six of Cups is very sweet energy. It's a very sweet, tender, gentle energy that everybody felt once in our life, and then the different circumstances, different situation, experiences made us hard or softer depending on where we are in our life right now. But every point in our life, we have been this sweet, gentle, and have a lot of hope and belief in people and humanity. You want to gain that, because that's the way you're going to get rid of your shadow side. Not get rid of shadow side, but understanding. dancing with your shadow side, not abandoning it. There's a two different things. We all need shadow and light. Without one, other doesn't exist. And you need this kind of strength, inner strength, to get back that. You know, you need to let this your current this apathy. Sometimes you can be very apathical towards people. You want to let that die. You want to get that feelings of gentleness, feeling of compassion that you felt once. But all these things, these pentacles come in, this like my stability, my stability. Am I too old to do that? Nobody is too old to know yourself. There is no age for knowing yourself. I may be not old enough to say that, but I can feel it. Let's get another part of Queen of Swords. It's not gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna leave whatever you have tomorrow. But asking this question, that what is this stability is doing to me at the end of the day? What is giving to me? Once you try to get to that answer with King of Swords, gradually you will figure out how to navigate through this stability, so that you can balance stability and your inner peace and and maintain that faith, and not be so cynical that you doubt everybody, that you feel like the moment you're gonna turn back, the pentacle is gonna be gone. People are after you to snatch it. That kind of paranoia, kind of energy gonna go away. You need to ask this hard question to yourself, and it's not gonna be comfortable. Don't feel like it's gonna be a walk in the park. 10 of Wands. Something you really, 9 of Wands in reverse and 10 of Wands in upright. Yes, you want to put this burden down. You want to talk to yourself. You want to get cut to the chase and cut to the point and get the burden down, get the clarity with the Hermit card. Yes. The question is, again, ask yourself, what is this stability means to you? What it does to you? What it really gives to you? Really, it will take some time. Maybe the answer not gonna come to you immediately, because it's very uncomfortable thing to ask about ourselves and be brutal about ourselves. It's very easy to say, but very, very hard to do, because every time brutal truth brings a lot of hard work, and sometimes we are not ready. Sometimes we just don't have resources to do all this hard work, because we have so many other things in external life to fulfill. So we feel like, okay, later, but how later is not too late? Those kind of questions you need to ask. I think that's it, Cancer. I don't know how to title this. But that's it, It's not me to anyone else to tell you. We can only tell you that we support you. We are here. We are not after you. People are not after you. Find yourself. Find that freedom. Don't feel that you are going to fall back and you are going to be stuck and there are going to be nobody to lean on. There will be lean on. There will be people whom you can lean on. Just have a little, not positive, I don't know, something happened in past which really put you, in order to really back on in a functioning mode, you had put down a lot of, kind of burned a lot of good faith that you have towards humanity, towards people. You still wanna, reach out to those kind of emotion like this. Can you hear me? Reach out to that deep emotion, but it just doesn't go there. It's, and after a point, you cannot be a superficial person, you need that depth. And you started with this depth, and then you cannot really go that deep because you feel like, oh my god, I cannot, all my shadow gonna come, and now it's really coming on surface, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose all these things that I built. So ask this question about yourself, like, what is this stability is bringing to you in real, like really? Alright, Cancer, I think I'm gonna stop here, and I hope you get the strength and make that time to reflect on you. Alright, take care, dear. I will see you next time, okay?